Howdy again, everybody. Today, I want to take just a little break and talk about bowing. Now, I wanted to get at some tunes, just some melodies under our belt, some string crossings, some scales, and now I want to introduce another really hard thing for everybody. And that is how you move the bow. Sounds very simple, right? You put it on here and you go. The issue with that is that as you begin to gain speed and as you begin to do more complicated crossings, it starts to sound less pleasant when you're just using your arm like this. For instance, so I can play, let's see, just let's do, let's do Devil's Dream, okay? So if I'm playing it out of A, it's a classic fiddle tune, a lot of fun. If I'm playing it slowly, if I remember those slow. Okay, so if I'm playing it slowly, I'll just take this very first part here to. Oh, sorry. It starts to sound very scratchy, but there's this odd, it's kind of magic sauce that has to be applied here. And that is convincing your wrist and fingers that they're supposed to be the parts of your body moving that bow. Now it takes a bow grip, like we talked about before, where you can actually hold this thing. It takes it takes a loose wrist and learning to push with fingers. It also takes with learning how to move your wrist. And that is hard, for sure. I've been playing for like 30 years. It's just it can be a really challenging thing, but it is easily one of the most important things you can ever do if you want to play this instrument. And the way that you can approach it is, one, not expect to be able to do it immediately. Okay, we're talking months, years of trying to be more loose, more fluid, and with more wrist, with more bow control with your wrist. One of the better ways to do it, I think, is, since I have a handy dandy wall here, I'm going to move back here to the wall. And you got to trap your arm. Because everybody, so if you're doing this, like, you are completely normal. This is completely what normally happens to everybody, is they start out doing. If you notice, you'll feel your muscles tight here in your upper arm. It's going back and forth a lot. Totally normal. And you got to ask your body to do something weird. Where the stick, you got to push the stick with just your wrist and fingers. And a lot, you got to move your arm a bit. But so what you got to do is you got to trap your arm. Boom. Where it can't move. Okay? And hold it there. To where if you try to move the whole arm, you just can't. Now, this is going to feel awkward at first, and it's actually okay, because really, and the truth is that when you play this way, you're not only moving your wrist. You're not. Usually you're moving your arm a bit too. Just a little bit, but in order to just convince your brain to start using your wrist and your fingers, this exercise is pretty helpful. And so what I would do if I had to go back and do this all over again is basically stay against this wall for a bit of my practice each day. Not all the time, just because who can, that gets boring. But put yourself up against the wall and a door, anything, and just play that melody that you know. And it might sound bad. Your bow might go other places. But if you just concentrate and think about, and over time, you build it and they will come. Okay, so just, it might sound like that. That's okay. Just keep trying to make it sound nice and as non-scratchy as you can. And then go over and play it on the D string. And do those same exercises, like just the simple one string stuff. And then get your wrist going, okay? And then you can even trap your wrist, where it's just your fingers moving up and down, up and down, up and down. And you isolate those different muscle groups, and over time you'll be able to go from, say, this to something, let's see, like this. See, it sounds much more musical, at least to my ear, hopefully to yours too. And it also lets you get more speed. That sounds smoother. So let's just see. Now that's too fast and that's stupid. But I just do that to make the point that you're never going to be able to get the speed and tone and control and all that you want if you unless this wrist and the fingers start becoming the dominant control of the bow. So I hope that's helpful. This is not even the end of the beginning. It's like the end of the beginning, maybe, where this will be years worth of thinking about this, and it's just always a quest and a journey to play more smoothly and more smoothly for anybody that's no matter what level you're at. But that basic fundamental against the wall, isolation of the wrist, isolation of the fingers on simple tunes that you understand and that's easy for you to play, will really set you up on the trajectory of fluency and smoothness and all those things that are really hardly that's hard to get to, frankly, on this instrument. But that is the most efficient way, for sure. Alrighty, guys. Thank you very much, and we'll see you.